on to your butts. Leave Me Behind, and I'll start with that. Oh, okay, no, wait. Leave Me Behind, and then Blood of Hercules. We're drifting! I'm just getting ready for the day, so I figured I'd chat about some of the stuff I've read over the last couple of days. It's literally just been the Poppy War, and Magnolia Park's The Long Way Home. I started reading the Poppy War, and I'm going to be 100% honest, it was really tough for me to get into. The author is like super accomplished and very, very cool. I want to say she has like her master's in like Chinese history. Like, okay, so she has her undergrad in Asian studies. Let me look this up really quick. Girlfriend is educated. She my age? We're the same age. Girl, way to make me feel bad about myself. Okay. Guys, she wrote the Poppy War when she was 19 during a gap year in China. As a debate coach. This chick is smart. Bro. Holy tits. Okay. So, the author literally has a master's of philosophy and Chinese studies. She also, it says the following academic year she studied at University College Oxford and received an MSc in Contemporary Chinese Studies. Then she came back to the United States in the fall of 2020 and pursued a PhD in East Asian languages and literatures at Yale. Wow, color me impressed, because so that just kind of gives you like the kind of knowledge that's going into this book, and I love it. Like, I'm not complaining by any means. It just, all I'm saying is that it's just taken me a lot longer to get through it because I want to make sure I'm understanding what I'm reading. Got to the part, okay, I'm gonna do this right now. Spoiler warning, potentially, for the Poppy War, okay? So if you haven't read it, I'm here to talk about it. So if you don't want it spoiled, then please just like, bye. I'd love for you to stay, but I don't want to ruin this book for you. They had the first battle at Seingard, and if I'm saying that incorrectly, please let me know. But in my brain, it's Seingard. So if you're watching this and I say Seingard like 50 times and you're twitching out, I apologize. And, oh, the name Kite from Poppy War. This E sounds more like N than E. Naza. Naza? That's how you pronounce his name? Chen. Wait. Somebody did a TikTok, okay? Somebody did a TikTok. Let's see. Naja. Kitai. That's how you pronounce his name. Thank you. Alton. Okay, Altan. I feel like the biggest idiot. It's Alton. It's Alton. Venka. I kind of figured. Alton. Okay. Thank you, RF Cole. So she's with Alton right now. Rin is with Alton right now, and they're in the 13th battalion or whatever it's called. And I literally just left off where they're training with each other. Nudja. That's what it says, Nudja. So Nudja is... I was upset when Nudja got stabbed, though, because they had, like, that sick moment during the battle where they were, like, back to back and they're fighting off each other, and she's, like, describing how they knew each other's moves, and I was like, this is beautiful. It literally played out so nicely in my mind, and I was like, straight out of the freaking movies. We'll see what happens, and I'll keep you guys updated on that one whenever I read again. I'm probably going to read it later today, so I'll update you on thoughts, feelings, crushes, love interests. I don't know if there's any love interests. I totally thought she was, like, into Alton. I don't know. I've read too many books and I get into my head when I'm reading books like this. Then I finished Magnolia Parks and the Long Way Home last night. Oh my gosh. You guys, okay, so you know in my last video I talked about Magnolia Parks and how it was utterly insufferable to read the first book because Magnolia and BJ, like, am I gonna get back with BJ? And BJ is literally like utter trash, the first book. And I was so mad the entire time, and I was like, girlfriend, what are you doing? He literally sucks. And then you find out why he sucks in this book, and when I tell you it broke my heart, it broke my heart. And he's trying so hard in this book, and I just, like, it's so stupid how much I hated him in the first book, and now I just love him. I adore the man. I want to say, like, the first 60% made me so angry. The reason why it made me angry and sad, the reason why it made me angry is because Magnolia and BJ were both being so stubborn. And I was like, hey, you guys, you're literally they're friends throughout the entire book. I was their friends throughout the entire book. Where it's like, can you guys just, like, get over it and get back together already? Because we all know that that's how this is going to work out. That was me the entirety of this book. But they had to work it out, blah, 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 blah. Literally just learning all the background information about them and why they are the way that they are was, like, so tender and so cute, and it made me so sad. And then the part when they tell all their friends and they're, like, sitting at the table and they're like, to Billy, like, they tell everybody, I was sobbing. Like, that was so sad. Yeah, that was my turning point in the book, is when I read about when they were, like, 15 in school and stuff. Let's just move on to Julian, right? Because everybody wants to hear about Julian. I love that man with a burning passion. As soon as I started reading more about him, as soon as I was introduced to him in the first Magnolia Parks, when he shows up at the club and he, like, gives Magnolia this look and is like, well, if you ever need anything, like, you know where to find me, kind of thing. As soon as he made that entrance, I was, like, head over heels. And I remember being, like, angry because they were just, like, hooking up, but then I was always so conflicted because I was like, why are you hooking up with other chicks? Like, you're clearly into Magnolia. But then I was like, but you know Magnolia's just using you, so I don't blame you. So I was just constantly conflicted. But he's hot, so it's okay. When he got in that fight with BJ, literally as soon as BJ landed that punch, I was like, bro, what the F? Like, the author has been working up Jules to be, like, this huge crazy fighter that never loses. How the F did he just lose to BJ? Okay, hold up. He knew when they were having dinner that he was going to have to say goodbye to her, and he was gonna, like, do everything, like, hooking up with that chick at the club just so she could get with BJ, and he knew that he wasn't gonna have her back. So that's why he gave her this big ol' kiss on the stairs, because he knew that was gonna be his last one. And then her and BJ decide to, like, be friends, which I thought was cute. Literally, like, okay, this is happy, this is great, this is so good. And then Magnolia picks up Bridget, and it's a little sus to me, not gonna lie. Like, Christian is a gang family, Julian is a gang family, so I'm like, she's been involved with both of them. Kind of think it has to do with Julian, and my only reasoning for that is Christian doesn't show up, and neither does Daisy or Jules, and they make it, like, a point about the fact that they, like, didn't make it, and I was like, okay, so that's my theory. And so I'm just thinking maybe, I don't know. Julian did send her flowers, though, so I mean, that's a good sign. But somebody mentioned, I think it was Henry, was talking to BJ because he's been in contact with, like, Christian and Jules and Daisy. It has to do with Julian because of what Henry said. Henry was talking about asking him, he's like, okay, like why wasn't Christian there? And BJ was like not telling him something. He was being super weird about it. And whenever Henry gets weird like that around BJ, it's because it has to do with Magnolia. That's one thing I've noticed. Like, he doesn't tell him anything if it has to do with Magnolia because BJ just spirals. So I'm like, okay, so that makes me think that the car had to do with Julian and somebody trying to go after him through Magnolia. And so, I don't know, guys. I think that's what happened. And I don't know. I think it has to do with Julian. I just like feel it in my gut. So that's like my synopsis that I think that's going on. Then it pissed me off because I like moved on from everything and I was like, okay, everybody's happy, yay. I knew it. BJ to ask how Bridget was feeling, just waiting for the moment that they were gonna be like, Anyways, everything felt fine until they were all at their house right at the end. Like BJ, which I thought was so cute. It's not even funny, the fact that BJ bought her a house and it was perfect. It was literally everything she wanted. Anyways, besides the point. I just knew it too. They're like sitting in their living room talking about who's gonna be Magnolia's maid of honor and they're like cracking jokes and everything's super happy and funny. And as soon as it was mentioned that Bridget was acting weird, I was like, I'm out. I can't. I'm out. And she was like grabbing her head. I need to wipe my hand off. I'll just do it on my hoodie. Don't come for me. I was like, girl. And then she's like, I have a headache. I'm going to go upstairs. I was like, F me, dude. Like, this is not... I was so stressed out. Just think about it all the time. Oh, and I have to wait for freaking... Well, I mean, I'm not upset about it, but I'm upset now that I had to wait. Like, last time I was upset that I had a Magnolia book after the Daisy book. And now I'm upset, but I'm also excited because I love Daisy. But I'm upset that I have to wait for another Daisy book, Magnolia book. Jessa Hastings, that was not cool. That was not okay. That was unnecessary. But you did your job. You made me want to buy more books. And Christian's an idiot. Come on. I literally was counting on Christian to like do the right thing. My bad, I guess. And I just lost the tool. I was so mad. But it was cute that like Magnolia and Daisy like had their moment, you know? Like, I thought that was cute. Because Magnolia kind of liked Daisy. But I forgot to put highlighter on. But I thought Magnolia and Daisy's little like convo was really cute. And the fact that Magnolia helped her try to like go fix things with Christian, which I don't think should have been Daisy's job. But she wasn't talking to Christian, so I guess it was like her move. The ball was in her court. So the next book isn't even going to be like a recount, like it's not even going to be like picking up where I left off in The Long Way Home. It's just going to be a recount of what just happened in Long Way Home, but from Daisy and Julian's perspective. I'm so frustrated. I need the book now. I ordered as soon as I finished this book at 2 a.m. in the morning. And as soon as I finished it, I was already on Blackwell's ordering the next Daisy Hades book because I was like, I can't. It takes like a week to get here, which is good considering it's coming from London, but like silly me for thinking things were gonna be happy. Kind of worried that Magnolia is gonna spiral now. Hope this doesn't make her spiral and we have to start Like, I hope she relies on BJ to, like, help her through all of this instead of, like, pushing him away. You know? Anyways, that's my update for now, and I will update you throughout the rest of the week. I'm so excited this works. Okay. I am going to go get an energy drink. It's like not even 10 o'clock in the morning, but I am sick and, oh, don't play music. But I'm sick and I have to go to a children's birthday party today. So we're focusing on surviving and not thriving. So I'm gonna bring you guys with me and I'm gonna try to talk about books that I've read this week and give you guys like a weekly update on everything I've read and my thoughts, feelings, etc. on said books. I brought 2 of them with me because I actually already talked about the other one that I finished this week. I finished 2 more and I'm so, it's not even, is my seat warmer on? You guys, this car is so janky I don't even know if half of the things work, but it gets me where I need to go. Okay. Let's do it. If I can, wait, I need to scrape my window. My hands are freezing. I forgot my purse. This seriously forgot my purse. Okay, purse acquired. Not thriving. Oh, I broke a nail. So I finished 2 other books this week. Like, I talk about, like, I was getting ready and I was talking about like a couple days ago, and I was talking about how I finished the Magnolia Park series, The Long Way Home, which if you haven't read, please go read. The first book is kind of hard to get through, but I promise it's totally worth it. And you'll see, like, you'll see why in the rest of my video. Holy balls. The other 2 books I finished are this one. It's called Leave Me Behind, and I'll start with that. Oh, okay, no, wait. Leave Me Behind, and then Blood of Hercules. Hopefully you can see those. And let's start with Leave Me Behind. So Leave Me Behind was so good. I didn't have like that high of expectations. I don't know why. I just didn't. Anyways, I was obsessed. It's a military romance. It's a dark romance. And basically, like, the first 30 pages is this girl talking about how she's in these, like, dark forces of the military. Book starts out with her saying how, like, her whole squad died 3 years ago and she was the only survivor, and she's being transferred to a different squad. And she talks about this one guy that she's not supposed to, like, she's gonna try to avoid. And she talks about, like, how ruthless and, like, cruel and, like, psychotic he is. She's like, well, if I could just avoid that guy. And it starts out with, like, her on the plane, and she meets this guy. She sits down in between these 2 guys, and the one guy, like, looks at her and is, like, sweet talking her and, like, getting to know her or whatever. And he's, like, super cute and flirty, but then he's like, hey, we're gonna, like, go out tonight when we land. They're both going to the same place. Well, we're going out to the club tonight, like, why don't you join us? And she's like, we? And then he's like, oh yeah, my brother. And he's the one that's, like, asleep next to her. And she's like, you know what, like, in her mind, she's like, you know what, yeah, I've been in the military for, like, I haven't been a civilian in so long, like, it might be nice to have, like, one last night of, like, freedom, whatever. So she, like, goes out to this club and she's, like, dancing, and she finds out that one twin that was, like, asleep on the plane is there at the club too. And the, like, nice twin, like, leaves her. Is like, I'm gonna go get us some drinks. She's like, okay, cool. And she, like, decides to go on the dance floor or whatever. She goes on the dance floor. She's, like, in the middle of a bunch of people dancing, and they're like, just picture this. It's, like, slow-mo, and then in the corner in the dark is the, like, twin that was asleep, and he's leaning against the wall and his arms are crossed, and he's just, like, staring at her. He's, like, watching her dance. And so he, like, so then she's like, yeah, okay.
And then she starts dancing like even more seductively, right? And is like eyeing him. And then she closes her eyes and then she looks up and he's gone. And she's like, oh, like, okay. But then she feels his hands around the back, like come from like the back of her like waist. And then she's like, you know what, like why don't we just like go back to my hotel, right? She's like, screw it, right? Like it's my last night before I go to the military. So they go to the hotel and they like hook up, and then you find out that like he's the guy that she's not supposed to be like into. Bro, slow your roll, hotcakes, jeepers, creepers. People suck. But plot twist, she's just as badass as he is and literally like matches him at every point in the game, and it's so amazing. So amazing. It's so good. So it's literally like enemies to lovers in a military sense, and she gets selected to go on the team, and all the guys don't want her on the team, and they all have nicknames, and her codename is Bunny, so they all joke about calling her Bunny. And obviously there's like hazing and stuff because she's a girl on an all-guy squad, and she has to like prove herself to be on the squad, and she's like a really, really good sniper too. And it's awesome because she's like, I don't know, I just liked it because a lot of the times, like, you'll read books where, like, the FMC is, like, yeah, she's, like, a badass and, like, kind of cool, but she, like, starts out being, like, super weak, which is fine. I am totally fine with that, but, like, this FMC is literally, like, badass from the start. Like, she knows how to hold her own against these, like, big, tough, like, military, top-secret guys. So that's why I liked it, because it was kind of, like, a change of pace where you don't necessarily see like a weak FMC who like all of a sudden can like fight off these guys because of love. You know what I mean? Like there's nothing wrong with that, but I just was like, it was just refreshing. It was refreshing and I love it. It was, wait, no con. If you need me dear, I'm the same as I was. There ain't a drop of bad blood. It's all my love. You got all my love. And then, may I please do a 32-ounce lover boy? Thank you. I love your nail color.
Thank you.
They're so pretty.
Thank you.
They're so cute.
Have a good one.
You too. Woo. I gotta take my track control off. I say this, it's gonna be like the most lame thing I've ever done in my whole entire life. Hold on to your butts. Okay. Woo! We're drifting. What was I talking about? Oh, Blood of Hercules. Modern day Hunger Games Percy Jackson vibe. Basically what happens is this foster girl, and they've got to like do a pinprick of their blood, and her blood signifies to them that she's part Spartan, and they realize that she's like a forgotten child basically, and they shove her into this thing called the Spartan War Games. They're like, whoa, 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 you're one of us. You gotta come with us and compete in the games. So she's forced into these, and they're like deadly Hunger Games, right? So she gets forced into these games, and when you get into these games, you have to have mentors. And the mentors are people who, like, they're essentially gods who have already done these, like, Spartan games. And when I tell you... She gets the sexiest mentors I've ever seen in my entire life. Hi, okay, my camera died while I was out yesterday driving around and talking to you guys about books. So I'm gonna take a shower, and then while I'm putting my makeup on, I'm gonna talk about the rest of Blood of Hercules and my thoughts and feelings. And I was thinking I could talk about some Onyx Storm theories, because Onyx Storm is coming out in like 2 days. Anyways, I think I was talking about the MMCs in the book. They're one is, his name is Patro. It's like, and then the other one is Achilles. Like, here's the kicker. Achilles literally, like, so he can kill people. Correct me if I'm wrong. He can off people with his voice. Like, his power is so strong, they literally have to muzzle him. And the only person who has the key to his muzzle is his partner, Patro. So, do with that what you may. Okay, let me just lay this all out. She doesn't have one
not even 2, but 4 big, broody, scary gods, powerful, psychotic, obsessive gods. 4 who are obsessed with her. Oh my gosh. And they're all fine. All fine. You guys, please read it. I need someone more to talk to about this book because it's so freaking funny. I am pissed that I have to wait until October for the second book though, because this author keeps like, I feel like I literally know all the goodies from the book though, because the author keeps putting out spoilers. I need tweezers. She keeps putting out spoilers. Well, I guess they're not really spoilers, but she keeps putting out excerpts from the second book, and I'm like, bro, you're gonna give us all the good stuff. Anyways, I'm not complaining too much though, because she's literally feeding me until October. So, I mean, can't bite the hand that feeds you. Not have tweezers. I thought I would talk about Onyx Storm theories because it comes out in 2 days and I'm obsessing and I'm scared. I am like, this isn't a joke when I say I'm shaking in my boots for this book to come out. Like shaking in my boots. Okay, so Anne Dart, let's just start with Anne Dart. So she was born 650 years ago, right? And I just keep thinking that she is the weapon because she mentioned, she's like, I was left behind for this purpose. I chose you. I waited 650 years to choose you. And the way that it says that she's like the only one of her kind and that she was left behind. That she's going to be the only one that's going to be able to kill the Venin. We got that excerpt from Rebecca Yarros where it's just like Xaden and Jack talking in the prison cell and like Violet's on the stairs and she's like listening in on their conversation. Jack is like talking about how Xaden's got to be careful and he's got to like find someone else to mess with because if he like gets carried away, he could drain Violet altogether of her power. And some kind of battle or some sort of like situation where like Xaden and Violet are both in trouble, but more so Violet than Xaden. And then he's going to like somehow drain power from her. And it's going to be so close. Like I feel like she's going to be like so close to like death essentially after he drains her. He's going to ditch her and be like, I'm better off away from you. He's going to go with the group of Venin. He's going to peace out. He's going to be leaving with Jack. Jack's going to be looking at Violet and he's just going to be smiling. It's going to be a moment, you know, just like the moment in any book where it's like, I don't love you. Like, but he really does. He's doing all of this because he loves her. He's going to be like, I don't love you anymore. This is over. Because he gets spooked, but he really loves her. And the whole time she's like, no, don't leave. This is going to be this big dramatic thing. And then he's going to leave. And then she's going to be talking to, like, Rhiannon and, like, Riddick and stuff. And she's like, I don't believe him. I think he was lying. There's no way he doesn't love me. Like, blah, 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 blah. We need to form a plan to go get him. And then that's, like, how it's going to end. And then the next book is going to be them trying to break into, like, whatever fortress or whatever that the, like, Venin have. And trying to, like, save Xaden. But in the meantime, like, I think it's going to switch between, like, POVs. And it's going to be, like, Xaden learning things about the Venin. And then, like, Violet and Rye, like, Rhiannon and Riddick trying to find a way in to, like, save him. Because it says, like, Rebecca has said multiple times that, like, Violet would do anything. And so I think that will happen. Like, they'll try to go get him. Or she'll just straight up turn herself in. And then it'll be, like, Rhiannon and, like, Riddick trying to come and save Violet and Xaden from the Venin within whatever, like, fortress they have. Blah, blah, blah. Because I can't handle more of, like, the miscommunication thing. So, like, I need her by the end of this book to be like, no, I love him. There's no doubt in my mind. The point at the end of the book, I feel like it's going to be, like, super clear to her that she loves him and he loves her. So then when he pulls this and is like, nah, I don't actually love you, she's going to be like, no, you're doing this to protect me. But it's going to be, like, super sad and super devastating. So, I don't know. I don't know how Onyx Storm is going to play out, and I'm really terrified. But that's my prediction. That's my prediction, is he's going to drain her near the end of the book. He's going to get spooked. He's going to leave. He's going to tell her he doesn't love her anymore. And he's just gonna peace. And Violet's gonna drop down onto her knees and she's gonna be sobbing as he's leaving. That's my theory. I can't read a book now without being traumatized. So, I don't know. Please, if you have more theories, because I love theories. I could talk all day. Even if they're not, I'd rather them be Onyx Storm, Iron Flame, Fourth Wing related. But if you have more theories, please post them below. Because I love them. I could talk about them all day. I get so excited and like giddy talking about theories for books. And so if you have more, I want to give me. I want to know all of them, please. I'm okay with people disagreeing with me. Actually, I welcome it because how boring would life be if everybody agreed with you all the time? Super boring, okay? And I'm also open to other opinions. Change my mind. I want people to change my mind, okay? I don't want to be stuck in the same thought process all the time. Anyways, I will see you guys on the other side of Onyx Storm in a week. I can't believe it's here. I'm so excited. Okay. I will see you guys later. Thank you for tuning in and listening to me ramble about my books. I love you all. And if you're not sick of me yet, please subscribe and like this video. And I'll see you next week. Bye.